Hello and welcome. As a hotelier with many years of experience in modern hospitality, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. Today, we're going to explore a truly revolutionary idea, the art of pre-arrival intelligence. We're about to discover how the most important part of a guest's stay can happen long before they even walk through the door. Okay, let's dive right in.
So what's our goal here? Well, it's really about bridging the gap between theory and what's actually happening in today's top hotels. We're here to give you practical, real-world knowledge that you can use, breaking down exactly how elite properties are completely rethinking the guest experience from the very beginning.
Now this, right here, this is the core idea that changes absolutely everything. It's a huge shift in how we think about luxury service. We're moving our focus from that moment of arrival to the crucial information-rich period that happens before it. To really get our heads around this, we're going to walk through 6 key sections. We'll start by shifting our perspective, then we'll get into the how we gather intelligence, how we use it to build amazing experiences, how we understand a guest's real purpose for traveling, link it all with technology, and finally, see how it all builds the ultimate luxury: trust. First up, beyond the welcome mat. This is where we start to challenge the old way of doing things. Instead of just reacting when a guest finally shows up at the front desk, we're going to look at how to build an experience that's proactive and driven by real intelligence.
Just look at the difference here. The old approach, it's pretty transactional, right? A stranger arrives. But the new 7-star standard, it flips that on its head. The entire goal is to make a first-time guest feel like a dear friend returning home. Their profile isn't just some static file in a drawer. It becomes a living, breathing narrative that we get to be a part of long before they arrive.
Okay, so let's move on to section 2. If our goal is to truly know the guest, how in the world do we actually do that? Well, this section, the art of knowing, is all about the mechanics of building that deep, three-dimensional view of an individual. And it all boils down to 3 core pillars of what we'll call ethical intelligence. First, direct communication evolves. It's no longer just a call to confirm dates. It's a real discovery session. Then, we dive into historical data to understand their past choices. And finally, we ethically use public-facing information just to build a richer context for their visit. And let's be really clear about something. This is not about surveillance. It's about empathy. It's about providing what might be the greatest comfort of all, the luxury of being truly understood. Just imagine knowing a guest so well that every single detail, from the scent in their airport transfer to the playlist in their suite, subtly reflects who they are. So now we have this amazing understanding of our guest. What's next? Well, in section 3, crafting the experience, we're going to explore how all that intelligence gets translated into real, tangible actions that are perfectly synchronized across the entire hotel.
Let me show you how this works in practice. A dedicated guest curator might pick up on an unspoken cue, a mention of a fond memory, maybe a passion for a certain artist. That one tiny cue can set off a beautiful chain reaction. The chef creates a bespoke amenity that ties into it. The florist chooses flowers with a scent that evokes that memory. The concierge arranges a private gallery tour. See, every department is working together, telling the same story.
Now moving on to section 4, the proactive sanctuary. Because it's not enough to just know who the guest is. We have to understand why they're with us. The purpose of their travel is an absolutely critical piece of this puzzle.
Take a look at this. The very same guest could have 2 completely different needs on 2 different trips. If they're here for a huge business merger, their room becomes a functional sanctuary, ergonomic chair, brain-boosting snacks, the works. But if they're here for a digital detox, we'd remove the digital distractions and fill the space with things like journals and comfort items. We're taking the burden of decision-making away from them. And this all leads us perfectly into section 5, from data to delight. Because let's face it, in today's world, a guest's journey almost always starts online. Our job is to create a totally seamless bridge between all their digital research and the physical experience they have with us. So, this is the key question you should be asking yourselves. How do we make that connection feel completely effortless, totally intuitive for our guest? How can we show them that we're paying attention to their entire journey, not just the part that happens inside our 4 walls?
Well, the answer is all about proactive integration. If a guest has been looking at certain restaurants on our hotel app, why not go ahead and pre-book a reservation for them? If they've researched local museums, let's have a tailored itinerary waiting for them. We're no longer just reacting to requests, we are actively helping to make their trip a success. And all of this hard work, All the intelligence gathering, the proactivity, the personalization, it all leads us to our final, and honestly, most important destination in Section 6, trust. This is the ultimate luxury. It's the end goal of everything we do before a guest even arrives.
This is truly what separates 5-star service from a 7-star mindset. It's about spotting and completely neutralizing any potential friction point before it ever becomes a problem. Sourcing a specific brand of baby food for a family or having a custom pet bed ready for their dog, that's not a special request. That's simply the baseline of proactive care.
And when we achieve that level of care, something really powerful starts to happen. The hotel stops being just a place to sleep. It becomes a trusted, essential partner in that guest's life. And that deep, meaningful relationship is what brings them back, time and time again, because they know they are truly seen and valued. Mastering this mindset and developing these future-ready skills is exactly what will define the next generation of great hospitality leaders. And that's our mission here at Europe Hotel School, to empower you to make that leap from just being a service provider to becoming an invaluable part of your guest's experience.
So, I'll leave you with this one final thought to carry with you. As you move forward in your careers, always ask yourself this question. What is the one unspoken need I can anticipate for my next guest? Because answering that, well, that is the true art of hospitality. Thank you for joining me.